There's a particular kind of exhaustion that healers carry. And perhaps it's more than just the tiredness that sleep may or may not be able to fix. It comes from showing up again and again, pouring yourself into the work that you are doing, into the people that you love. I'm wondering if the vessel ever gets refilled back to you. If you're a nurse, a therapist, a yoga teacher, an energy worker, or someone who's just always been the one people call when they're falling apart, this video is for you. Because burnout in healers is more than what people think it is. It's more than just a scheduling problem, a self-care problem, and it is definitely not a sign that you're in the wrong field. It's a symptom of something much older. And once you understand what it actually is, everything changes. My name is Christine Marie, and I'm a medicine ceremonialist, founder of Earth and Energy Medicine School, and I've spent years as a registered nurse, and I burned out completely. I was loving the work in certain ways, but I was doing it without the roots. And today I want to talk about what I've come to understand about healer burnout, what's actually driving it, why the mainstream conversation gets it wrong, and what I believe is the real remedy. I feel like the conversation around healer burnout almost is always around output. Perhaps you're giving too much, you need better boundaries, you need to practice more self-care. And although those things matter and are true, they're the downstream of the real problem. The real problem is that most healers in our culture are working without an intact lineage. They have gifts, real potent gifts, but they have been severed from their source. From the earth, from the ancestors who held this work before them, and from the cosmology that gave it meaning. And when you do work without that root system, it really doesn't matter how many bubble baths you take, how many bubbles of light you surround your aura with. You will keep depleting yourself because you're drawing from your own reserves instead of something larger than yourself. Traditional healers around the world have always understood this. A medicine person does more than just study techniques. They were initiated. They were held in a lineage, and they had practices that kept them in right relationship with the earth, with their ancestors, with the invisible forces that move through all healing work. That container is what's missing for most modern healers, and that's not your fault. The cultural structures that held it were dismantled long before you were born. But here's what I want you to hear. The gifts didn't go anywhere. The lineages didn't disappear. They just went underground, waiting. Burnout, in my experience, is often the soul saying, not like this. It's not telling you to quit. It's telling you that how you're practicing is not aligned with what you actually carry. And there's so much medicine to be discovered. In my years of working with healers, I've seen 3 patterns that show up again and again in burnout. And I want to name them because one of them is probably yours. The first is overgiving without replenishment. You give, and you don't have a reliable way to return to source. Your healing work isn't connected to a living practice that feeds you, so your well continues to run dry The second one is unexpressed gifts. I feel like this one is a little bit more quiet and more insidious. This could show up of you have capacities. Perhaps you see energy, you feel things in your body that aren't yours. Maybe you have a knowing that arrives unannounced, and you learn to suppress them over time. Perhaps to present as professional, and honestly, that suppression is exhausting. That's what happened to me when I was in nursing school and in the nursing field. There was so much information that I was receiving that I couldn't practice or lean into. And that slowly over time depleted me more and more. Perhaps you're carrying something that wants to move through you, and you're holding it back every day. The third is misaligned container. You're doing healing work, but not the healing work you were actually called to do. You're practicing with a framework, a modality, a job, an institution that's too small for what you actually carry. And the gap between your gifts and your container is slowly suffocating you. Now, my question is for you, does any of that feel familiar? Here's what I've seen over and over again, and what I want to leave you with before I share what I do with people who are in this place. The healers who are most burned out are often the most gifted. The ones carrying the deepest medicine, because the gifts are pressing on the container that can't hold them. And the pressure is what's exhausting you, not the work itself. This is not a problem of you not being enough. It's a problem of you not yet having a structure that's built to hold what you carry. And that structure actually exists. It's ancient, earth-based, and it's something I've spent years learning how to transmit in a way that works for modern healers living in modern times. I call it earth and energy medicine. And it is fundamentally different from what most healing education offers. It's less about the modality and more about restoring the root. And when you're rooted, you don't burn out the same way. You still get tired. You still need to take breaks and vacations and pauses because you're human. But you have somewhere to return to. The earth holds you. The lineage holds you. And the work becomes sustainable in a way that I don't think most healers have ever experienced. If what I've described today resonates with you, if you recognize yourself in one of those patterns, or if you've been quietly carrying this exhaustion and wondering if there's a different way, I want to invite you to something. I'm opening enrollment right now for the May 2026 cohort of the Earth and Energy Medicine School. It's a 7-month certification program, and it's built to do exactly what I described: restore the root, train you in a living, ceremonial, held, earth-based approach to healing work that is designed to sustain you long-term. The link to apply is in the description below, and it starts with a 30-minute discovery call with me. The link to apply is in the description below, and it starts with that application and then a discovery call with me so we can talk about whether this is the right fit for you and where you are right now. I'm not going to tell you it's for everyone, but if it's for you, you already feel it. The earth is your greatest ancestor. It is the connection back to your original lineage. And I think part of you has always known that. If you can like, subscribe, and share this video so that this channel can grow. And I'll see you in the next video. If you found this useful, please share it with any healer in your life who needs to hear it. Honestly, I think we are all carrying a lot of things right now, and we don't have to carry it alone. Thank you.